All right, I'm gonna need this. Welcome back. We've got the basket and it is time, 73 kilometers today. I'll double check when we do find the point where we're going to release them. I've picked out a bit of a park on the map there. I'm going to meet one of my mates out there. We're going to do a double toss and see how they go. It's going to be the longest distance that these guys have done. It's pretty much double the distance they did yesterday. Done 35 yesterday, so do about 73 75 today, and I'll give them a few days break. I'll do a bit of loft flying. No red checker, he's back yet, but and then maybe we'll get him on the truck to do 140 kilometers in another week or week and a half. So that will be pretty exciting, but we'll see what comes back from today first. We've definitely thinned them down to a lot of the birds that were questionable, and now we're starting to get to the birds that are quite, you know, they're the good ones we want to hold on to, I think. This is pretty much what we're left with at the moment. There's still 25 or something in here, so there's still quite a few. We originally did start with, I think it was around about 38 when we first started loft flying them, but we did thin out a lot of the split barless, which was my plan anyway, and we're still left with this big guy here. He's one of the first ones I bred. He's half Leo actually, so he's been doing pretty well. I'd be surprised how they go today. We'll see how they perform. There is 4 here, and we'll see what lasts out of that, but the rest of them pretty good. There's a whole bunch of little blue bar hens in here that are doing really well. Here's one here. They're all sort of a mix of all the other decent birds that I've got. They're looking quite good. They actually really enjoy the tossing. And we've got Shock's daughters as well. They're doing pretty well, surprisingly keeping up a lot better than the sons. The sons are a little bit slow. This is my favourite one out of the red ones. He's a beautiful bird, it's quite big. See how he goes. I won't be tossing him today anyway. I've got plans for him. So I'll put this camera down and we'll basket him up, get him in the car, and we'll get out to our toss point. There's just so many birds flying around. I keep thinking it's one of my red ones. I think there's only 1 or 2 birds that we are missing from yesterday, so they haven't turned back. But we'll give them a couple of days and see what happens, because we really need to thin these numbers down, because there's going to be a shift very soon. It's going to go from tossing them. We're still going to keep tossing a lot of these guys, but we're going to start ramping and flipping around into breeding. So I'm going to do the most breeding I've ever done. We've got a lot of breeding to do to sort of reach the numbers that we want to get to. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty exciting. That's my favourite part, is breeding. Now, who is this coming back? Who are you? Come on. Oh, it's Bluey. Bluey! Hey, you made it back. That's the first little barless one hen we bred. See if I can get her in. Beefcake. He's excited. I'm just loading the birds up and I noticed one that was coming back in, and it's Bluey. Come on. We'll get her in. Come on. Hey girl. She's been out in the real world for 2 days and she's come back. I think you can miss out on this toss, but she's looking pretty good. She's been out having a bit of a fly around. She found a way back. I think she went out, I think it was about that 15 kilometers she got a little bit lost on, so I'll leave here for a few days and just see how she goes. She might need a bit of a feed and whatnot, but that's strange. She just popped in. We might not lose too many birds. They might just be out learning. So she's just learned her way home by herself, which is really good. Keep an eye on you. You're still going to get in the toss basket soon though, but I'm going to let you off this time. One more to load up anyway, which is this little wild hen in the middle here. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a treat in here for Bluey and that, because she come back, and the rest of you can have something as well. So those guys can stay in there till I get back, and then I'll bring them in. I just like to have them out there, coaxes the other birds in. They can sort of have a bit of a run around there, and then hopefully they'll come in, because I've had a few birds coming back and they just sit around the loft a little bit. I think a little bit startled or scared or whatever. And I've got sunflower, a bit of safflower in there as a little bit of a, to entice them in when they come in. Most of them are pretty good. They'll come in straight into the loft, trap. There's a few that will just sit on the top of the roof here and, they're a little bit shocked or scattered. I don't know what it is. Obviously it's coming back in and we don't want that. I want them to come in. So hopefully I'll start to learn that there's a little bit of a treat in there. I've got to run an errand on the way home, so I don't know if I'll beat them home, because I feel like they'll beat me home. They've been doing pretty good. Let's get these guys loaded up. It's pretty heavy actually, and get them out to the toss point. So I just got back myself. I had a bit of a look and we do have 4 birds return, which is pretty good. It's only been about 45 minutes to between 45 minutes and an hour. We've got 4 back, which I'm happy. I'm happy some are coming back. The others probably will turn up over the next couple of hours. They are out flying around and there's a big jump up for them. And I'm happy that they don't all just come back together in a group. I'm happy they come back slowly, because when they're doing that, they're actually learning. They're out there doing it themselves, and they're learning to come back, find their way home, and that's what I really like. So we got 4 birds home like pretty much immediately. They bet me home. Surprisingly, one of the barless splits, one of the cockbird icy ones that I've been pointing out, I'm super surprised on how he's going. We've got 83, which is one of Leo Storm's babies. We've got another hen, which is like 8014 maybe, I think it might be. She's over there. She made it back, Leo Storm. And we've got the big Leo Herman's hen from out there, one of her babies. So overall pretty surprising. I'm gonna hang about now for a little bit, just wait to see what comes back. The wind is starting to pick up quite a bit. It was a tailwind all the way back till probably closer to here, and you can see that these things are banging around a fair bit at the moment because the wind's picking up. So we'll just wait and see, drag this video out a little bit and just see who else turns up over the next hour or two. We've got another 3 or 4 hours before nightfall, so I think we'll get a couple more drop in shortly. They'll probably all come in together actually, so we'll wait and see. Fingers crossed. Okay, got a few here, 3 more, which is good. So surprisingly enough, we've got these are both from Leo and Storm, these hens. So the hens are pretty good. This one's got a little bit of cut underneath its wing, so obviously it's something might have happened, might have hit a power line, something might have tried to grab it. We've got that one as well. He's a bit scruffy looking, and we've got one of Shock's hens up there that's made it back, and she's pretty good as well. She's quite happy. No marks on her. These guys are all ready for a bit of a feed. And these guys want to come in too. Surprisingly, out of the 4 split barless we tossed, 3 have come back. So surprisingly, they are doing quite well. Come on. We've still got a few more to come, but I'm sure they'll come over the next hour and a half, 2 hours before nightfall. Come on. But we're definitely starting to sort through the birds a little bit. I think they'll need a couple more tosses maybe from that point where we took them today, just to get them a little bit more up to speed with things. I think they're all glad to be back. Like I said, the numbers have definitely thinned out a bit, but we've still got probably another 6 or 7 to turn up today, and we'll be back to where we sort of were. Hey, good birds. I made them a nice little mix today, a bit of garlic oil, hemp seed oil, a bit of special powder on there, a bit of pink mineral powder as well, and put in a little bit extra sunflower and safflower just to help those ones out that sort of went on that toss. There's actually a real mix of birds that come back today, which is interesting. Most of them are Leo Storm, but we've also got hen over there from Adam Archer, and one other hen that's crossed with something else, and a few of the shock ones still to come. I think there's one more hen to come from that. I'm going to hang around anyway, keep checking on them, but I'm just going to feed these guys, put some electrolyte in their water. Topped it up before, but I just want to give them some fresh stuff, make sure everyone is pretty happy. But we're surprised. I'm surprised how well these barless and split barless are going, because we got Bluey back today. She was a bit behind. She'll definitely go back on the truck. Beefcake, settle down, buddy. And the rest of them, it's just really surprising. I thought that would be some of the last ones to turn up, but yeah. Stay tuned, because tomorrow I'll update it, and hopefully tomorrow we might have some new birds to look at and maybe some other surprises. So I'm going to give these guys a good old feed, and I'm going to keep a close eye on the loft up until nightfall and just see if anything else turns up. I think they're going to need a couple more, maybe at least 2 more tosses from that point, which is about 75 kilometres I think when I looked at it before. So I think we're going to be good. I think we're fine. We're on the right track. We're starting to thin down a few of the ones that were questionable. Yeah, and we could probably start breeding again soon. And we've got a few cripples in here as well, so it's been a rough start. Just ready to get set up for next year, which will be good. Come on. Right, I'm going to feed these guys properly, because they're starting to really get stuck into me. Hey? Good on yous, good on yous. Alright, hey Beefcake, I'm a big fella. And I'll see you all in the next video. I'm just going to sit down and enjoy these guys for a second. They're very happy and friendly today.